Ladies and gentlemen, I've never really been the kind of guy to tell you that I told you so, unless the opportunity presents itself for me to say that, and then in that case, I'm going to take that every time. A lot of YouTubers do a lot of silly stuff on this website, but rarely do we see people grind and grind and grind to make it to the top of the YouTube game, and then purposefully, it seems, destroy everything that they've worked to create. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. A few months ago, I made a video on the YouTuber WhistlinDiesel, and how I was concerned that his recent shift in behavior on YouTube and other social medias was going to end up killing his relationship with his audience and eventually kind of nuke his career. Now, he saw that video and I guess he didn't like it because he went on to Instagram talking about how I'll just never understand him because I don't own as many Ferraris as he does and that I just don't get it. Well, right on schedule a couple of days ago, he managed to do what I said he would do. He killed off any relationship that he has left with his audience and the nuking of his career has begun. Now, this really probably started more like 2 months ago, after he made a video day trading with a guy who's sort of known to just be like kind of a shady course salesman on the internet. And it was just this really weird, sort of out of left field advertisement basically for this Forex guru that is not looked upon too favorably on the internet. CoffeeZilla called him out for this. And of course, WhistlinDiesel did the thing where he goes on Instagram and makes a fool out of himself. I think at one point he was challenging CoffeeZilla to a fucking boxing match. So, really mature stuff here. And that was probably the beginning of the end, but over these last few days, shit has really kicked up. The other day, WhistlinDiesel uploaded a video titled Introducing My Russian Girlfriend, where he does just that. He introduces his Russian girlfriend, who's been sort of a source of controversy for him over these last few months. That's sort of what sparked me making my last video, was his temper tantrum on Instagram in response to people calling her a gold digger. Now, I don't really give a shit who this guy dates, believe it or not. I'm not here to speculate on whether or not this guy's girlfriend is with him for his money, but I mean, there's a few things I guess we could talk about from that video, like how they met over Instagram and the first time they ever saw each other in person was when they flew out to the Maldives for Valentine's Day. They didn't speak each other's language for months. She asks for a Mercedes so many times in one single video that the editor puts in a Mercedes mention counter. I think WhistlinDiesel thinks that's like a funny haha joke and doesn't realize how everybody else sees that one. She hints towards being married, and I'm assuming if they just met in February, that means they've been dating a solid 6 months, and most of that they probably weren't together since they live in different countries. So yeah, sounds like a pretty healthy, normal relationship with no ulterior motives. The type of guy who, when he hears people saying that his girlfriend is a gold digger, responds by saying, well, no girl would ever want to be with a guy who's broke, is definitely not a target for a person who's trying to use them for their money. In all seriousness though, the Introducing My Russian Girlfriend video is not a great look for this guy. He really seems to be the only person who can't see anything from a different perspective, and maybe his perspective is correct. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's impossible that these two have a healthy relationship and they actually do love each other, but the whole beautiful woman reaching out to a guy with a bunch of supercars plastered all over his Instagram and then agreeing to meet him for the first time in a different country is definitely something, and that something is not how most love stories start, so I'll leave it at that. Anyways, as you might expect, this video was not received too well by WhistlinDiesel's audience. The comment section is pretty much what you'd expect. It's either just people calling his girlfriend a gold digger, or people saying, why are there a couple vlogs on my car destruction channel? Now, you would think that a person with super duper high intelligence, a person who looks down on people with low intelligence, like the kind of person that WhistlinDiesel claims to be, would likely be able to rationalize, okay, I'm a super rich guy, I'm a celebrity, I drive supercars, I buy whatever I want, I do whatever I want, I crash Ferraris for fun, I own businesses, I make so much money that I can't even count it. Millions of people are probably going to be a little bit skeptical when I go meet up with a person in a different country, a person I've never met before, a person whose language I don't speak and they don't speak my language either, and a person who tells me that they love me after 2 months of dating, communicating through Google Translate. A high intelligence person would probably be able to see that situation for what it is and be like, yeah, I can kind of see where people are coming from. I don't need to go and address millions of people on YouTube because they've made up their mind. They have a very clear and specific view of what's going on in my relationship. Whatever I say is not going to change that. The only way I can prove anything to them is for this to just work out. I know I love her. I know she loves me. It's not worth the mental stress of staying up all night and filming a video trying to defend your relationship to people that you will never meet. In my opinion, that's what a person with high intelligence would be able to do, and it's likely what they would do. With that being said, the day after WhistlinDiesel uploaded the Introducing My Russian Girlfriend video, he uploaded a 24-minute long video titled Sad People Don't Like Seeing Happy People, where he basically calls his entire audience mentally weak, poor, and stupid, comparing those who haven't been happy with his recent actions to monkeys in a cage who drag each other down. And I wanted to show you some clips from that video because I think you'll be able to see quite quickly why this might be the final nail in the coffin. Like I mentioned months ago, this guy's been sort of rolling the dice with how he treats his audience for a while, and I think he might have done himself in with this one. Not gonna watch the entire thing because it is just 24 minutes of pseudo-intellectual victim mindset bullshit, like how everybody hates him, everybody wants to see him fail and bring him down, and I don't really want to listen to that again. I've already gone through this video twice just to make sure I don't miss anything, so I'll spare you the headache of doing the same. You're welcome. Please subscribe.
Hello everyone, you just stumbled across a very rare and important video, something I would almost never upload. In this video, I'm going to talk about some things that anger a lot of people.
I don't understand why people hate me.
Like my channel dynamic in the comments and the people watching my channel has significantly changed recently. I truly believe I'm one of the few people on the internet that has some influence that stands up and speaks back against certain comments. Like if certain people are casting judgments that are not true, or if people are saying negative things, like I will clap right back. I don't care. I have the time for it. Like frankly, I didn't come this far to live the way I've always lived. I came this far so that I have the time at 3 p.m. on a Monday to sit down on the couch in another country and piss away the entire day on the internet. It's my job. That's how I make money.
Yeah, so that's the general theme of this video. Like I said, this entire thing is him kind of pretending to be the victim here, and it's one of those things where I don't know if he's actually just ignorant or if he's just playing dumb and pretending that he doesn't understand the criticisms that people are sending his way, because this entire video he's just gonna be like, oh, people are jealous, people are hating on me, and it doesn't seem like he can really comprehend, or he's just choosing not to, that people are just calling out his behavior as they see it.
You've made it to the most important part of the video. Congrats. This is actually a segment that is going to discuss all of the questions, answers, assumptions that people have made. He's changed, he has money, and he's vouching for like all these crazy new ideas and a new lifestyle, and he's just different. He's talking about expensive fancy cars and hot girls and moving to a new country. Someone commented, I made an album in my phone describing this actually. I called it New Generation Hate because it's a lot different than what I used to get, which was people saying I'm broke and won't be successful. As soon as I got stereotypically successful, people started making a lot different style of comment.
Yeah, so maybe this is just Cody's satirical character, but I find it pretty funny that the guy who's gonna sit here and brag about his emotional intelligence for 25 minutes is the same guy who admits to the world that he has an album in his phone dedicated to screenshots of hate comments. Yeah, that sounds healthy, bud.
Life is big for a reason. Life is very big, and it's a lot bigger than what you think it is. And as soon as some of you, very few of you maybe, will find a way out, oh, you're gonna judge us again because I'm bringing up a certain name. Andrew's Hate talks about the Matrix. Okay, that's a different way of describing the entire system of people believing one truth and sticking to it, right? You're walking a path in life, and maybe if you go on a different path that looks like it could be successful, maybe you could fail, right? And then you'll get judged for it. You shouldn't try that. Or maybe something will be new and it's a little out of your comfort zone, right? That can make you uncomfortable. No, you should branch off and try as many things as possible. The entire reason for your existence and the reason that everything exists, the reason the literal Burj Khalifa exists right now, the tallest building in the world, a huge accomplishment, is sitting here is because someone thought outside of the box and wanted to try something new and big. Right? That's why good things exist. That's why we have the internet, is because someone thought outside of the box. The people that used to ride horses and bicycles hate cars. People that used to write letters hate email. The people that love email hate texting. Like, guys, every generation is going to hate the next one. And it's all people trying to keep other people in line. They think, oh, you're going to fail if you try something new. They don't want to see other people succeed. It makes them feel lower. Like, every cult is that way, actually. Like, it's a group of people that try to keep people controlled and viewing a certain perspective.
So I promise we're not watching this entire thing. I'm just really trying to give you an idea of the bullshit he's spewing in this video. Yeah, this is where this guy's at now. He's sitting down talking to the audience that made him millions of dollars and painting himself as this like visionary, as this pioneer, talking about the Matrix being kept in line by the masses. And it just baffles me how he can even begin to see a situation as anything reminiscent of what he's talking about. Like 6 months to a year ago, this guy was relatively well liked. He was destroying Ferraris, dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars on each video he made. Like, this idea that his audience doesn't like him because he's wealthy now, it's just like, really, dude? Is your perception that bad? Your audience doesn't like you anymore because you've turned into a giant douchebag. You're a guy who got lucky and blew loop on the internet. That applies to every major YouTuber. A huge component of being successful on YouTube is just getting lucky. From a workload to payoff ratio perspective, we as YouTubers probably have the easiest job on the planet, and for the last few years, you haven't even really done anything. You've just shown up. I doubt you're coming up with your video ideas anymore. In the videos where you modified a truck or modified a car, somebody else did all the fabrication for you. The durability test videos, you're just beating the shit out of a truck. You don't edit your videos, you don't make your thumbnails. I mean, what are you talking about? Like, where the fuck are you getting this ego? Like, yeah, most big YouTubers at your size are not really doing the dirty work anymore, and that's fine. Like, why would you if you have the money? But like, where is this coming from? What are you doing outside of the box that you think people are making fun of you for or hating on you for? You're a guy who got rich kind of quick, and you're buying a bunch of supercars and going out of the country to let women take advantage of you for your money. Sorry to tell you this, but that's not a new idea, buddy. That's one of the oldest ones there is.
The number one thing that people mentioned when I posted my relationship was that my girlfriend is a gold digger. First of all, thank you for the compliment. I know people are probably gonna say my kids have daddy's money. I guess I've got to that point now where anyone I'm around, they think they have other intentions. But my girlfriend is actually very worthy, and I can sense someone's character pretty quickly. I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I could tell very quickly that Daria is a very smart individual. She wrote a book on emotional intelligence, believe it or not, which is the number one thing I would look for in a relationship in a partner. Extremely important, and it's in Russian, so she speaks 2 languages now. Very smart. She treats me with great respect. She's a great communicator, and she's like everything I actually look for in a girlfriend.
So, yeah, if you were curious what his, like, defense is, which don't get me wrong, I don't even think this guy should be doing this. I don't think he should be going onto the internet defending his relationship. If he wants to be in a relationship with a person, he should not care what the internet thinks. But when you open up that door, I feel like it's fair to criticize your reasoning. That's all he ever provides is, yeah, he's a good judge of character. And that's how he knows that this woman is really here for him and not anything else. Which she might be. Who knows? But you'd think you'd have a little bit more, right?
But first we need to define what a gold digger is, right? So let's say we have 2 men. They both look the same. They're both good looking. And they're both sweet, wholesome, kind individuals that would make a great family man, right? Well, maybe. This guy makes no money. He's broke. He lives under a bridge, actually, because he can't find a house. He can't really put meals on the table. He doesn't have a ride anywhere. He doesn't have a roof over his head except for the bridge. And the people around him are often used for help instead of him helping them. They are offering a hand for him. This guy has $1 billion in the bank. Everything is kind of done for him, taken care of. He has meals on the table. Good meals. Healthy meals. Not fast food. He works out. He goes to the gym because he has time to go to the gym, right? He doesn't work harder. He works smarter. The people around him are well-fed, well taken care of, well supported. He supports the people around him, whether that's family or friends. He supports those people. He has a ride. He has multiple rides. He has a whole car collection. Both are available for a relationship. Which one is the girl going to pick, realistically? Which one is more capable of supporting a family?
So honestly, to me, more so than anything that I've seen his girlfriend do, this is what makes me think that deep down, WhistlinDiesel thinks that his girlfriend is there for his money. Cody, I think that you know that that is the worst example, the worst hypothetical you could have possibly produced, because you're not really presenting the 2 different options in a fair way. You're skewing it to where it's like, well, of course she's going to pick the guy with the money, so that means it's okay for me. This would be a better example. You take 2 guys who look the same, act the same, behave the same, whatever, and one is just a normal everyday guy, works a normal everyday job, has a decent house, has a decent car. You probably won't be taking vacations to Dubai with him, but you're gonna live a normal, happy life. The other guy is an internet celebrity. He's a millionaire. He flaunts his wealth on social media all the time and is obviously very well off, or at least willing to spend a lot of money. If a person is a gold digger, which guy are they gonna choose to DM on Instagram? That's a bit more of a realistic scenario to present, Cody, and I think I know why you didn't.
That's how I know she's not a gold digger. I actually do not give a crap. I don't care a single bit if she loves my money, because what girl wouldn't? Of course she wants a better life. You think she's gonna want to be with a broke guy? And all the guys that are saying a girl's a gold digger is probably because they are dating above their means, and the girl wants an amazing life, but the guy can't quite provide it, but he bagged this girl that's like up here. She wants an amazing life, and she thinks she could find a better guy, so the guy feels disappointed, and she's, oh, gold diggers, all they want is money. No, girls are gonna want a better life. That's why you should grind your ass off to be a great guy with high priorities, high standards.
You know what, Cody? You're probably right. The kind of man who's convinced that women refuse to date a guy who's not rich, and if they're broke, they have no interest in them, is definitely not the kind of guy who would get tricked into being in a relationship where the other person just wants their money, because in their head, of course, everybody wants them because they're wealthy. Broke guys don't get action. You should really stop talking, dude. You're making this worse for yourself.
Not a mail order bride. We just started dating and fell in love. It seems like a lot of people are very traumatized from their relationships, judging by the negative feedback I've gotten on this. Like, I'm genuinely happy. I used to spend a lot more of my time on work and the internet I just feel like a happy family vibe now. I feel like PewDiePie finding his girl. Like, I just feel genuinely happy.
My brother in Christ, you seem to spend majority of your time reading hate comments on the internet and blowing up over them. What do you mean you're happy and everybody else is just traumatized? I mean, we can see the window behind you, dude. You know that, right? By the end of this video, it's gonna be daytime again. You sat down from sunrise until sunset talking to a camera, trying to convince people that your girlfriend's not a gold digger, while also insulting the people who made you millions of dollars like every 3 or 4 minutes. That doesn't sound super duper happy to me.
Common illustration that I like to use is a cage full of monkeys, and there's a door in the top, and the monkeys can climb out. And so what they did was they started with all new monkeys, and every time a monkey would go to climb out, they would dump water on the other monkeys' heads. Over time, the other monkeys attack the monkey that goes to climb out of the cage. What they did is they replaced all the monkeys that had seen the monkey climbing out of the cage to pour water on the other's heads. And so what they got over time was you got a cage full of monkeys where every time one monkey would try to escape, all the others would beat up the monkey for no reason at all, because they were trained from the start that if someone tried to climb out, they would get water dumped on their heads. And that's like literally what humanity is like. Some people get it, fortunately, but there's a lot of people that don't.
Again, dude, I mean, you've been rich for a while. Like a year ago, you were ripping a Ferrari through cornfields and everybody was kind of eating it up. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. And again, I don't know if you're like just playing stupid or if you really don't understand why people are beginning to not like you. It's not because you have money. Sure, there is probably a small minority of people who don't like that you were once a small town country boy and now you're driving supercars and living in Dubai, but that's not the main complaint, dude. Like, surely you can see that, right? It's the fact that you constantly talk down on anybody who doesn't have as much money as you, and you're emotionally unstable, and you blow up on Instagram every other day. It has nothing to do with your wealth.
Like, genuinely, guys, if successful people see that you are judging other people, they will not hang out with you. You will not be in their circle. They don't want you in their circle. That's why there's such a division among society. Successful people don't want to hang out with less successful people usually because they try to judge them and drag them down back to their level.
Dude, holy shit, this entire fucking video is you judging people who aren't as successful as you. Do you even hear what you're saying? Like, oh my god. Anyways, he kind of just keeps going in circles saying the same thing over and over again, and then he brings his girlfriend back on screen and they talk for a little bit. Like I said, I don't really want to make you watch this entire video, but there's just a few things that I thought you should probably see to kind of get an idea of the path this guy's going down. And it's honestly just kind of sad to see. This guy clearly does not possess the ability to self-reflect for a moment. I don't think he sees that he's self-destructing all the shit that he claims to have worked so hard to build. Like, you just don't do this, you know? You don't turn on your audience because they're calling things out to you that for some reason you can't see. But when you're this insecure, I guess you really can't help it. I mean, fuck, in the Instagram post that he made kind of announcing that this relationship is a real one of the pictures he included was a hate comment he received about his girlfriend being a gold digger. It's like, holy shit, dude. Do you not know how this looks? Do you not know how obvious it is what's going on inside your head to everybody else? I mean, clearly not, but people are trying to tell you. You should listen. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, I don't really give a shit about this guy's relationship with his girlfriend. The one thing that I will agree on is that it is kind of weird that so many people seem to care so much. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like leaving an Instagram comment or a YouTube comment. He's a social media figure. That's kind of just what you do. Some people do seem to be taking it a little bit too far though, but I really don't understand like what goes through this guy's head. Like I mentioned earlier, I can't tell if he's just like being ignorant on purpose or if somehow he just really doesn't understand why people's opinions on him are beginning to change. Like, it really seems like he thinks it's just all about the money. And that's honestly just like absurd to me. I don't really understand how we could come to that conclusion. Maybe he's kind of a lost cause. Who knows? Interested to see the subscriber durability test video here in a few months. See ya.